And on the night at the Ghana Journalists Association Awards, well, it started in the day for the first time, but went deep into the day. The Multimedia Group Limited bagged a number of awards, 8 of them, and of course, the coveted prize, Journalist of the Year. And even beyond that, we had, in some interesting categories, wins in there. We'll be walking you through some of them, but we have joining us in the studio our very own Emma Davies, and she won the award for Business and Economics reporting. And you see that beautiful award displayed right there. I even wanted to lay my hands on them, and she's like, yeah, Tobo, and your award. Relax and let me enjoy this. Emma, good morning. I see with the smiles and everything that you are just basking in the glory of winning this award. How did it feel, getting this prize?
Feels great. I mean, everyone who knows me personally knows that I have worked hard. I've worked hard to get here, and it's all by the grace of God, really. By the grace of God. I think also I have a number of amazing people who help me come up with ideas and help me shape it. And of course, the amazing cameraman who also helped me shoot it well. Sometimes I may not have the concept, but then they do help me shape the story. Yeah, so it feels good to be recognized.
It's been quite a journey. Did you expect this? You've worked hard, yes, but there are so many people every year who work hard for the different categories, right from the topmost award, Journalist of the Year, to all the others in there. People are working hard every year to get them. Did you expect this?
Honestly, I didn't. I was just hoping I would win. Yes, so yeah, it is. I actually submitted for 2 categories, the Agric and Business, and turns out the business was worth it. And here we are.
So we won many other awards on the night. It was quite a lot of excitement for the team. But in this sphere, business and economics, how hard has it been, this journey? Because, like I mentioned, there are many competitors. What are some of the things? I want you to share with us. What are some of the things you've had to do? Joy Business, other shows you've had to bring to bear, just to even get recognition like this?
So I do not have a business background to start with, and
you don't?
I don't.
Wow.
I went to GIJ. In secondary school, I did general arts. So after GIJ, I felt like I needed a niche, a space where you do not find many women. And I thought sports. But I realized, the interest wasn't there. And then I went to business. And over the years, I had to learn. I had to learn on the job. I had to read. I had to research. And I had good leaders or good senior colleagues like George Biafe, Nixon, Darrell, always chipping in, telling me, this or that, Lawrence. Sometimes I do not understand something. I don't Google or anything. I just go to them. Oh, what is this? What does this mean? How does this pan out? Then, I read, I researched, I learned from my colleagues, and here we are.
Here we are. So if I asked you, do you have any lessons to share with other people who may be contemplating coming into the media? Because there are some spaces, indeed, the women would say, oh, this is a male-dominated area and all of that. But this is a prime example of the fact that with the will, you can get there. What would you say to such people?
I would say you should believe in yourself first. I mean, at some point, I didn't really believe in myself. Thankfully, I had people around me who believed in me and helped me to believe in myself again. So first, believe in yourself, keep praying, keep researching, do not give up. I mean, it takes consistency to get to wherever you are. It takes consistency to get to wherever you are, to do what you have to do. You also have to ensure that you keep the people around you happy. Not necessarily happy, but then you keep the people around you educated. I mean, you keep the people around you, you listen to the people around you, you let them teach you, guide you, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Emma Davis there winning the gong for business and economics reporting. Congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
And the smile says it all. We're so happy. But we're also joined by the big fish himself. I need to reserve some special promotional what he has here for the man himself. In fact, he's so big that he can even afford to cross the camera. Erastus Donkor is in the building, and of course he is the Ghana Journalist of the Year, the GJA Journalist of the Year. He joins the conversation, and here we are. We have him seated. Erastus, Muni Ejumayo, you deserve the handshake and what he has here.
Yes.
But that one will be for...
No, I'm expecting that.
You're expecting that? But at this stage, you
are a big man. So it should come from you.
You, the one I saw in the morning, the one I commented in the morning. I'll not talk about it at the assembly bar. Erastus Donkor. Now, we've been waiting with bated breath for this to happen. And I was saying this morning while introducing the show, Bibi Ayede, Anyaba, Ejebo, Eja, Anyaba. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Mining, you took that.
Yes.
And then
illegal mining.
And then there was the much sought after award, Journalist of the Year. Now, some of us have prayed for you, we fasted for you, we've hoped for you, and finally this has come through. Sometime last year, there was a lot of talk about this and that, but this year it has happened. How did you feel on the day? How did you feel?
Super excited.
Wow.
Super excited. Knowing that we've been doing this for a while, since 2014, and this is the time that it got recognized by the journalism fraternity. There's been many awards this year, so if I add this one, it will be the 7th.
Wow.
But I was on it, seriously on it, and I think that there should be a cue from this. I always say wherever I go that government officials and duty bearers have been tight-lipped on what we do and the evidence we put out there. It shouldn't be. So the GJA has blazed the trail. Let's hear from those who are supposed to help us fight this canker. Please acknowledge the works we do and tell us what we want to do about it. We need to know that. The people deserve to know that. We shouldn't continue to be tight-lipped or silent on what journalists have done with regards to illegal mining. It's an existential threat. So please, let's hear from you what you want to do about it. Acknowledge the work we do, and let's hear from you what you want to do about it.
Today we've been talking about the Garu area and the latest happening there. This, what you've been touching on, is a national security issue as serious, if not even more serious, than that threat. And you know, that brings it into perspective. 2014 till now, 9 years, you've been harping on illegal mining and the negatives going on.
Yeah.
We know for a fact, even before the Professor Frimpong Boateng report and all of that, there have been officials in governments that have engaged in illegal mining and all of that. Now we have Poison for Gold, the second part.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the fact that you've reported on all of these things for these 9 years, and there's practically little from the powers that be that is done? And in fact, the situation it has become far worse. How does that make you feel? Award, yes, but...
It vindicates the point that I've been hammering on for a very long time. People don't like it when I say it that way, but I have to say it as it is. Duty bearers, government officials who are supposed to handle this have deliberately been silent on what we bring out. And there's a constant narrative which is being spewed out there that, government is committed to be doing this, government is committed to be doing that, government is committed to...
They are committed, yes. And we never see the commitment.
Without acknowledging the evidence put out through these documentaries. And the beginning of wisdom is to start calling things by their real names.
Right.
It is time to start acknowledging what we do. We do not do it to spite anybody. We do it because it's an existential threat. It affects all of us. All of us. In fact, if you watch the Poison for Gold the second part, which is showing this evening on the Joy News channel, you realize that we are not just talking, we've done tests on the samples we fetched. People have done works on soil where they grow cassava, plantain, and other things. They found traces of poisonous metals in them. This is not hearsay. This is fact. So, yes, people are dying secretly. They don't even know what hit them. So why should we continue to be silent on this? I think by now, the lands minister and other people should have come forward and acknowledged the documentary and say, we have seen it. We want to do ABC. Instead of government officials saying there is no evidence, they should look for the evidence. Some of us are there. We've been on the field. We have files stashed somewhere.
In fact, there were times when you were going with some of these officials at the start of the work of the Interministerial Committee. At a point, you had to step aside.
Yes.
Because of things that were happening.
Yes.
So it clearly shows where this is headed.
If you Google my works today, you'll find out that in some of my works, I mentioned names and I gave evidence. Some of them were bribing tax forces and government task forces and all that with money. I showed it. So the names that we are mentioning today, some of them are still in the forest mining. If they really want to get to the bottom of it, they would. It's not rocket science. The devastation is there. The people who live there, they are still there. They are not dead. Some of whom have been affected. They know who mines were. They can tell you. The Minerals Commission has a database of areas they've demarcated for mining. Some of them along water bodies. So they know who is working where, with geographical maps and all that. So it's not rocket science to say you are fishing for evidence to prosecute somebody, if you really want to prosecute somebody.
That's a conversation we're going to have to leave for another day. Today, we're rather going to celebrate you. And I see you are in white. I think is a book of Marcos. Be careful unless you are in white shirt. Because you are careful. But even as we celebrate you, what more can we look forward to? There's poison for gold, but the fight, I would say, has only just begun.
Yes.
Now I am a fish person. You know, some of what you've done has really scared me. So I still do the fish, but I follow the. Is it the EPA bosses? The EPA bosses. So the head, no line. The head anymore. The bones, no line.
The head is tasty.
Charlie,
my sister here, she lost the head.
Especially the tilapia.
Emma Davies, we need you alive. The way the thing make, unless I can guarantee that it's been brought from some other
very serious issue. Even with fish from the sea, go to Anglo Beach, and you can fly a drone. It goes for miles, and you see how the pra is polluting the sea. Go to Ankobra town, at the estuary, where the Ankobra joins the sea, and look at how the Ankobra is polluting the sea as far as your eye can see. What is this sending across? We have done tests. We found chromium, arsenic, lead in all the samples.
Mercury and all of that.
Yes. And so the river that is polluting the sea is sending this contamination across. And we get our fish from the sea.
Now even the Ivorians are complaining because our activities are polluting their
water. The beer, they came here this year. They are not happy. Even in times of war, when people poison our enemies' waters, it's a crime. But today, we sit aloof and allow people to use champagne machines on a major river like Ankobra and turn the sediments upside down, polluting the river with some of these contaminants. And then we have people growing plantain, cassava along it. Where do you think the water is going? It's penetrating the sediments, and you never know what is in your cassava, and you'll be eating across board, and you'll be getting ailments where they'll be testing and they are not finding anything, meanwhile you are dying. Kidney-related ailments all over. Tuberculosis with silicosis. Young men coming in with hardened lungs at Konfanochi. It's all over. So already, we are dying silently. And so let nobody deceive themselves and tickle themselves and laugh and say, oh, we are fighting. The government is committed to doing this. Go to the ground and see what is happening over there. Along roads, now major roads, Wasada Dieso, just by the roadside. The tailings spilling across the roadside. Duty bearers pass there, they see it. So why are we poisoning ourselves this way?
We're poisoning ourselves for gold. Maybe we've already got the title for the next installment, Dying Silently. Those who are, because I'm sure if you go in there too and then you start investigating, you see communities, and we've seen some of the research, these catchment areas and what it is doing to the health.
I never knew until when I started this thing that this research we're talking about existed, some of them way back.
Wow.
They've been published in journals. They are there. They've been sitting there all this while. The deformations linked to illegal mining, they've been there. You can cite many of them. People have done soil tests. Dr. Kobna Mensah, Professor Ahing, Professor Sampini, they've done these works long time, and they're sitting on the shelves. So if we know the devastation, we know the danger involved, why have we waited all this while?
Well, this will happen because we all know why. But congratulations.
Thank you.
Wunde Jumayo. Emma, put it there. They have made us proud. 8 awards, Newsfile, among others, also walking away. Newsfile was Radio Program of the Year. And of course, we had our very own PAV Answer Journalist of the Year, Erastus Donkor. Francisca Enchel was Female Journalist of the Year. Then we had Emmanuel Jivenu reporting on disability. We also had Erastus, of course, that's the other award he has here, on illegal mining. Emma Davies, business and economics reporting, among others. We celebrate all our prize winners. Erastus, Emma, thank you so much.
If I don't say thank you to some people, they're going to kill me.
Okay, so say it before they take you to the slaughterhouse.
So to my team members in Kumasi, the Saeed Ali Yaqub newsroom, Say Newsroom, headed by Kofi Dudumfe, Mr. Jim Agla, and the entire management in Kumasi, I say thank you so much. Kofi Asare is my camera technician, and he edits the videos. He's done a fantastic job. All the drivers who've been moving with us, I cannot mention all your name. I say thank you very much. And those who have used their works and have been bold to voice out, Professor Sampini, Professor Ahing, Dr. Kobna Mensah, Dr. Kumsen, and all those people who spoke to us in the documentary, we say I equal to you. Thank you.
Kofi Yabodi, Inti and passing Yabodi, we've mentioned your name.
I think
Kofi.
I need to thank Irama because she has told me to file the award. Always asking, file the award. She and KOP.
You need to take care of her meals for one day.
People like that.
Breakfast, lunch, supper. You need to take care
in
of
Kumasi, Jimmy is the one who's been doing that to me. He calls me to the office, have you filed for the award? You've been doing so well. Why are you not getting the awards? File for it. So we say thank you to you.
Yeah, thank you for
and they failed to thank me for putting them on air.
Oh, thank you.
That's just by the by. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
And keep rising higher. Stay with us on the AM show, NSMQ and more. Still to come. We'll be right back.